Okay, good morning. I am working with fifth grade bachelor's in English. Today we are going to talk about history or a historical event or somebody that was important in history. I am going to begin and um, I'm going to share my screen with you. Let me see here. Um, okay, let me I am going to talk about, can you see my screen, class, before I continue speaking?
Yeah.
Okay, the Wright brothers. I am going to talk about the Wright brothers. Do you know who the Wright brothers were? Let me read this for you. Wilbur and Arval Wright were American inventors and pioneers of aviation. In 1903, the Wright brothers achieved the first powered, sustained, and controlled airplane flight. They surpassed their own milestone 2 years later when they built and flew the first fully practical airplane. In other words, um, they were the first people that flew. Let me show you pictures of the Wright brothers. Here we go. So they were the first people that flew an airplane. Yes. In what year? Let me see. I don't remember the year. In what year did the Wright brothers fly for the first time? I don't remember the year, to be honest with you. Let me see here. Okay, 1903. In 1903 was the first year that, well, was the first time that an airplane was flown. Okay, so let me read this for you. In 1903, Americans Arvile and Wilbur Wright completed the world's first successful controlled powered flight at Kill Devil Hills near Kitty Hawk, North Carolina. So why do I think this is very interesting? For example, if you see modern planes now, for example, let's see, um, let me see, Boeing 747. This is a very big airplane. So, for example, 1903, this was the first time an airplane flew. And right now we are in 2021. So it's been over, maybe a little over 100 years, a little over 100 years. And it's incredible how airplanes have revolution in 100 years. I mean, if you saw the first picture of the first airplane that flew, it's incredibly different. It's incredibly different. And the airplanes are so big. There's a bigger airplane than this. Let's see. Airbus 380. This is an even bigger airplane. It's huge. It's immense. So it's huge. So this is incredible how in a little over 100 years, this has revolution so much. So the first people that ever flew were the Wright brothers, los hermanos Wright. They were the first people that ever flew. So this is what I wanted to share with you. Um, do you remember the year that the Wright brothers flew an airplane for the first time? Do you remember the year, class? Nobody remembers? It's 1903. 1903. En 1903 volaron por primera vez. ¿Sí? ¿Qué expliqué? Expliqué cómo revolucionaron los aviones. En poquito más de 100 años, Los aviones han revolucionado tanto, por eso les di dos ejemplos de dos aviones inmensos que ahora son tan inmensos y en un poquito más de 100 años, bueno, podemos decir menos porque un avión que les enseñé primero ahí salió en 1960. The first airplane that I showed you flew for the first time in 1960, 1968, something like that. So less than 100 years, this has revolutioned so much in history. So this is what I wanted to talk about today. So this was my example. Okay.